NP plus. Okay, good lane. Good, very strong lane.
Doom is like DK, the flex, the replacement flex of DK. You can go to any other lane. Maybe not on pos 5, but it's pretty good against Nature's Prophet in the lane. Can deal with the treants, so I think it's a very good pick against MP in general. And it also fits like the way HR likes to deal with the treants. Draft. They like to open with a core that's flexible, so you don't get DK. Doom is the replacement. Same setup.
Yeah, we saw, who was it again that played Doom safe lane? I think yesterday.
There was it TSM?
Oh yeah, it was TSM. Tomato played safe lane Doom. Did a really good job on it as well. Built the exact same as like the offlane Doom would, but that just shows you how strong it is. I mean, Collapse showed us previously in the tournament as well. The Doom is insane at this moment. Bounty Hunter ban again. Entity really don't like the bounty.
Why?
I don't know. Why? I mean, I don't like bounty either, but it's...
Yeah, but the hero is not... I don't know. I feel like bounty and techies? Seriously, you choose to not deal with bounty and deal with techies?
I mean, you gotta keep the game interesting, right?
Interesting for your opponents? Or yourself?
Yeah. You know, good practice. They are...
Didn't you say they are in a situation where they must win this game?
The practice time is over. They kind of need to win this and the next two series if they want to have a chance even at continuing in the DreamLeague tournament. I think if they win this and the next two, they'd end it at 7-7, which even at that stage, you kind of got to be, I think, lucky, possibly, to get tiebreakers. Because the top four continue forward and the bottom four get eliminated. So there's a gigantic jump off spot that's scary.
It's okay. It's out of our control. But what's in our control right now? This game, man. This fucking game, man.
10 seconds remaining.
That's a fucking Doom. That's a fucking NP and Undying. Boring stuff. The Doom is the fun stuff, you know.
Doom's fun stuff is the fact that, you know, there's so many creeps in the jungle and they all have different spells. Like, for instance, the small camp, like, ghosts, you've got the one that has, like, the slow, but there's the other one that does a silence for 3 seconds, which... there's always creeps out there that you just press on randomly.
Chain lightning. Come on, chain lightning.
I mean, chain lightning is busted. But there's so many different small spells that you can steal that are interesting. We saw the Purge coming out from Tomato against the Darkseer. That one was really good as well. So it's so flex, like with the Rubik on your side as well. They have super flexible heroes on the side of HellRaisers.
Yeah, they just need to pick heroes that can kill the Tombstone, because Doom cannot kill Tombstone. Like, pick some Snapfire, you know, something to just pew 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 kill the Tombstone.
Snapfire, would you then run it as a 5 or?
I think it's fine either way, 4 or 5. Lane's pretty good with Doom as well. Pretty decent against Nature's Prophet in general.
One thing that Entity does have, of course, is that they can flex this NP to Toby as their offlane and pick up a different safe laner if need be. Same with the Doom, offlane safe lane for the side of HellRaisers. We get to see a Nyx Assassin. Not a hero you see too often, but in case they pick up a Tinker again, you at least have something to deal with the Tinker.
I mean, honestly, it's not even that good. It used to be better when you have much of machines. Nowadays,
they build Shivas, so it kind of does the same.
Sure, okay, fine. You know, it's still annoying, but not that annoying.
Yeah, no, March of the Machines was hell. I don't know which... No, I'd prefer March of the Machines over Shiva's Overwhelming Blink, because I think that one I hate so much more, especially as support. You just, like, you can't move.
I mean, I hate the fact that he has a built-in boost of travel. Yeah. I hate that more. Then he can rush 6, dagger.
Lane's over.
Yeah, so right now, what is HR core? So they disregard the Knicks. They're picking the Storm. So they have a catch, and they're just picking more team fight. So they don't
Okay.
really have a hero to kill the Tombstone. I mean, I guess Storm Spirit can do it.
Mana Burn's looking pretty good for the Knicks this game. And finally, my lord, it took too long. I think this is our 4th game with Entity, and finally we get to see the Storm Evoker. That's what I want to see.
That's why we have the Knicks. Now it's very understandable why they pick Knicks.
10 seconds remaining.
Sunstrike.
Yeah, it is Stormer, so he tends to almost always go for Quas Exort. However, he has been experimenting with the Meteor Hammer Quas Wex build recently, which I hope to God he's not going to go for.
Please, not
Quas
this
Wex
game.
is good against Storm because mana drain.
Yeah, but then Quas Wex Invoker is also not very useful in the game.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I'm a Exort fan all the way through because you farm like 17 times faster on Exort than Wex.
When you have Nyx, I feel like it's a waste not to go Exort. You know, you need damage. Like if you look at that draft, they don't really have a lot of damage early until they have items, MP, Undying, and they don't do a lot of damage early game. So if you don't go Exort, I feel like you're gonna run into damage issues. You can't kill people.
Depending on, of course, what their last pick is going to be, but they do have a lot of global presence, of course, as well with the Nature's Prophet, because you got Wrath of the, Nature's Wrath from NP, and then the Focus Sunstrike global to blow anyone up that you pretty much see, especially a Rubik and Silencer, like 2 heroes that are paper when the Nyx spots them.
10 seconds remaining.
And Katomi is a really good Nyx Assassin player. Plus, I think the Shard, does it do magic resistance reduction or does it do magic spell damage?
Spell damage M, right? It's spell M. Is it spell M?
I kind of can't remember. You can look that up for me, can't you? Wonderful Winter. I mean, that's how many times we see a Nyx Assassin.
Oh, that's you're talking about the shard, right?
Yeah, the Shard.
Magic resist reduction.
So Sunstrike doesn't help in that regard. But Nature's Prophet ulti does. And otherwise, the fat meatball works wonders.
Yeah, so for HR, what are they looking for here? They need... I feel like they need... if Doom is offlane, they need like a brawling hero. Like some hero that can keep fighting, Chaos Knight kind of hero. Monkey King. They can't go too greedy. Yeah. Ursa's fine too. Yeah, they can't be too greedy with the carry. They need somebody that can fight.
It is Ramses. Gotta check what other heroes he likes to play. I mean, his most played is DK, then it's NP, and his 3rd most played is Doom. So,
yeah. So if he plays the Doom and they can pick some offlaner, some team fighting offlaner.
He plays Night Stalker as well.
Night Stalker is nice here. Oh my god, Night Stalker is so good against Nyx, Invoker, and MP.
And even Undying, because you get pretty good attack speed to deal with the...
And then you can uber flex your lanes. Who's gonna go where? Night Stalker can go off lane, Doom can go off lane, Doom can go safe lane.
Yeah, they can swap, because he plays Doom, he plays Night Stalker. Miro can most certainly play both as well, because it's like basic off-laner heroes.
I mean, the other option is I feel like Lifestealer. Then you have the Lifestealer bomb, and Lifestealer is good against the Nyx and Invoker. I mean, that would be, I feel like, the other option.
5 seconds.
Well, we'll have to wait and see what HellRaisers likes to choose. Other choices, the Abaddon is still available. We saw it not do too well yesterday.
Yeah, Abaddon is terrible against Nyx. Your shield, you get owned by the Carapace, and then you don't want to buy Radiance against Nyx. Oh, Lycan. Okay, this is nice. This is nice. Fighting carry.
I would assume it's going to be Miro's offlane Lycan, though.
Oh, yeah. Fighting offlane. But it's the same, because the way they are playing, like they have like 2 offlane heroes. Like their roles are a bit like almost the same sometimes. And it fits their lineup. I think it's a very solid draft from HR. They have Teamfight, Global, Doom, Lycan, Shapeshift. They have Catch with Storm, Rubik, and Doom. they have. I feel like the lanes is all pretty decent. Looking at the setup, and for Entity, they can't be too greedy. I feel like they need to pick like a hero that can defend the push from the Lycan. Right now they don't have any tower defenders. Invoker, Exalt, Nyx, Undying, Nature's Flower. Undying is the only tower defender,
Underlord?
but Underlord could work. It could work. Global presence with the NP and the Invoker.
You got the block for the Lycan, where you can root them all up so that you can get, NP with probably Gleipnir at that point or Ags to root them extra. Nyx with the nice mini Ravage, as they like to see. Big fat meatball on top. Obviously, I'm talking about like best case scenarios. Though, let's see. What's it going to be? Last pick, Naga Siren. Aha!
That's a very good hero against Lycan, but at the same time, Naga and Nature's Prophet, it's so greedy, and Invoker, what the hell, man? It's so fucking greedy. I mean, it's good against the Lycan, but I feel like it's not that good against the Storm. I mean, it's pretty decent against the Doom. I don't know. I feel like it's way too greedy. Way too greedy. This is.
I mean, if they survive the lanes, I think they have a really good shot though with their line. Like, this is a scary. How are they gonna kill? Like, Doom is pretty scary late game, but
they can't play the game because everybody wants to farm. Everybody needs money. If it's an Exalt Invoker, if it's a Cosvex Invoker, maybe I would give them better chances. But if it's an Exalt Invoker, and then you have an offlane Nature's Prophet.
I mean, offlane NP is not the worst, but it's also not the easiest lane for him.
It's very greedy, And if you talk about like the overall lane setup, like I don't think they can win the lane very hard. It's probably gonna be like Undying Naga against what Doom. It's not Doom. Lycan and Rubik. So I guess that lane's fine for Naga. Naga should do pretty well, and then Nature's Prophet against the Doom. I feel like that lane should be Doom favored. So one lane apiece, and mid lane Storm against Invoker is like a I farm, you farm kind of lane. I feel like it's very slow. Entity is very slow this draft. I feel like they might not have what it takes to deal with this Lycan.
Possibly. I think I agree with you, though. If Toby starts rotating early, like he's level 5 or something, or level 6, and then TPs towards mid to take the tier 1 tower with the 2 supports, they can push back the side of ex-HellRaisers before they get aggressive themselves. I don't mind it. They also have like good setups where, Song of the Siren, then you drop a Tombstone, you just wait a little bit, NP TPs in, Nyx gets ready for a nice Impale combo. They have tools to work with. Obviously, there are counters. Global Silence is a big one. The Doom is a pretty nasty one as well. I can see Entity winning with their draft, but I do agree. They have 3 farming cores. It's pretty scary. Storm is going for the Quaswex.
Okay,
so it's going to be Meteor Hammer.
This is a lot better. Okay, this is a lot better then. I think they have, like I said, I think they have better chances if he's Quaswex in this draft. It would help
Meteor
with
Hammer, so extra push.
Yeah, it would help with the draft being too greedy, and it would help with the draft having very little stuns, because Nyx is the only stun again, So I mean, this team really don't like to pick stuns, Like their heroes always don't really have enough disable. So with the Quaswex,
I'm here for it. I like to see Meteor Hammer, obviously, because it's the best item this patch.
Okay, with the Quaswex Invoker, we give them a better chance, but I still like ex-HR's lineup more. I feel like small.
I believe.
I feel like, sure you're always going for Entity, but I'm the logical, rational person that looks at the draft.
Just in case, I'll put on my Viking GG hoodie for Toby. There we go. At the ready. You can't see it, but after the game is over, you'll see that beautiful hoodie. Even though I think they had it when he was already out of the team, unfortunately. Nonetheless, 3 bounty runes for Entity. Solo being body blocked there by Toby's Treants, and first blood secured by Stormstormer, so that is definitely not a bad way to start the laning stage.
Easy lane now. First blood and 3 bounty runes. He should win the lane, yeah?
Yeah, and, Quaswex is pretty good against a Storm with the mana drain constantly. The only downside I have with Quaswex is the fact that it's such a weak farmer most of the time, but honestly, Meteor Hammer does help significantly with that.
Yeah, it does. That's why it's very good to just rush the item. It gives you good stats, it gives you tower push, it gives you scaling. So, because usually when you play Crossback Invoker, you feel very bad if you don't get a lot of kills because it's very difficult to farm creeps and push out waves. And having the Meteor Hammer solves a lot of the problem of Crossback Invoker.
And normally it's like they go for a Spirit Vessel Rush into like Midas, and then they go
Probably
for
not
bots.
this game.
Yeah, no,
I think
not this
probably
game,
not.
but that's like before Meteor Hammer got buffed. And then you're looking at like a 25-minute game, and your Evoker has no stats at all, and he's just like a walking creep.
I mean, so right now we have. So what do we have on the side lanes? You forgot to ask me the question. Where should we watch?
The big important question: which side lane should we watch, Winter? Obviously, bottom lane, because there's where another kill happens. Watson gets the catch on Tamiro. You, of course, predicted this during the drafting phase, where you said Lycan gets bullied by Naga, and you were obviously correct.
Yeah, not to mention Undying. It's pretty annoying. This lane, Undying Naga for Lycan, you know. But I feel like Lycan will be very useful later as long as he's able to survive. I mean, I don't expect him to do that well in this lane, but he just needs to find some farm, find some levels, and he'll be useful later.
Oh, top lane, nice double man impale by Katomi to make sure Toby can get the runaway, though Toby is still in a lot of trouble. The slow is nasty, Katomi trying to help out as much as he can. Toby doesn't get away, no. The last hit comes in, Ramses gets the kill, and a nice one at that. Though, of course, NP can just level teleportation and TP to the lane every single time anyway.
Yeah, Doom is not rushing Midas. He's actually going to get an Arcane Bolt first. I like this a lot. I feel like when you have a support in a lane that has ability to spam, it's good to get Arcane Boost on a core so you can play the lane much more aggressive.
And
I like cores that
there.
think about me, you know. I don't like cores that just dump me out of the lane, you know, after they use me.
But Katomi tried to make sure Kiyotaka doesn't get the bottle refill. It does not really help out. Katomi needs to be a bit careful because Solo is walking in that direction as well. But Kiyotaka is jungling currently. Stormstormer is already doing a little bit of tickle damage on towards the tier 1 tower towards mid. And yeah, this is a bit more of a struggle for the Storm than he would like.
Dire's structures are
Nobody's
fortified.
dying, so nobody can refill his bottle.
Oh, Toby
has to
towards
wait.
stop is forced to TP back to base.
Yep, he has TP back. Mid lane.
Kiyotaka gets stunned up. Mana has been drained. The runes are going to spawn in 15 seconds. Kind of needs supports to rotate to help out mid, but Antares is in a little bit of trouble. Body block from the Naga. Will be able to get himself out of there, but yeah, the Tombstone plus the illusions, there's just too much to hit.
Oh, he's not getting the rune. Look at the Nyx, man. Katomi is just making sure that he realizes how low the Storm is, so he's just making sure that he doesn't get the rune. That's very, very good play from Katomi. That's very annoying for the Storm to deal with right now. I think he needs to just go back to base, you know. I feel like there's not much he can do. He can't even... I don't think he should wait for Antares to refill his bottle. He just needs to walk back to base. But he's actually gonna wait. Okay, never mind. I think the two supports, both of them need to TP mid. Like seriously, both of them have to refill his bottle.
Well, Antares says no, he wants to just go back to the lane. That means currently Ramses is solo in the top lane, gives a little bit more free farm time for Toby. Speaking of which, they're doing some damage onto Ramses' body blocks as well. The damage should not be enough to kill off the Doom, even as Scorched Earth level 2 to make the sprint out of there. Keeping an extra point now on Ramses to make sure he has Inferno Blade in case they want to TP out. Ramses actually gets stunned up again. And do they find the kill? Yes, they do. Toby gets the kill secured, and that's pretty big. They will find a counter kill onto Fishman in the bottom lane, but because Solo is so busy trying to help out Kiyotaka in that mid lane, they're actually sacrificing their safe lane. Currently, Stormstormer is almost level 6. And that is pretty disastrous because Kiyotaka is completely forced to jungle.
Yeah, 14 denies as well. Man, that's a lot of denies, you know. Like the Storm is very low level. It's not even level 5. Oh my god. Disaster. This is a total disaster for ex-HR right now.
Toby, top side is going to be hunted. This time there is no Katomi to try and help him out, but they're not going to dive underneath the tower. Voker TP could be deadly. Voker, speaking of which, he's almost done with the Meteor Hammer, and honestly, someone needs to stand in mid at that point to make sure he doesn't blast the tower.
Storm just needs to jungle. Like he doesn't want to go back to the lane. You know, they have to put a support here. They don't have a choice.
With Meteor Hammer, that tier 1 will drop, and that will mean he can just rotate all over the place. Can do some damage onto Antares, drain all of his mana. Thank you very much. And continue to be a nuisance. Impale stun comes out. Antares Rubik dropping low, but Kiyotaka has rotated through, and that might be a kill onto Katomi with the Tombstone drop. Not enough spells for the Voker to really make a play here. They're all rotating towards mid.
Yeah, his hammer. He's hiding his hammer. Where's his hammer? He should have it, right? Wait, oh, it's coming.
Yeah,
on
he's
the
getting
career.
it delivered. Kiyotaka. Storm is just being bullied.
Oh, yeah,
Tornado,
there
EMP.
goes your mana. Bye bye.
And it all gets stolen by the gorgeous Storm Evoke. I mean, you know, if he went Quas Exort, then Kiyotaka didn't have that big of a problem. Nature's Prophet coming in with that Wrath, blasting off Kiyotaka. They will lose Fishman in response. Meatram actually gets dropped to try and hit Antares instead of the tier 1.
Tower is
Tier 1's
down.
dying without the Meteor.
A tower is dead at 7 minutes. This is so disastrous for XHR. Storm's not level 6.
Middle tower has fallen.
Oh my god. The game, I don't think the game can go any worse, you know, the start, you know. From the bounty runes to the first blood. And now this.
And even Toby with that kill is now ahead of Ramses in farm.
I mean, if you're Entity, you can't ask for a better start.
Yeah, and they're looking really good. Meteor Hammer gets interrupted by the lift, and Terry's, again, like, all this mana is just free for him. Miro gets killed off because Toby TP's bottom. Global TPs are always nice. He's going for the Ags Rush as well. Yeah, honestly, Entity are looking really good once Stormer gets his Voker. And I do have to say, Kataomi with the rotations has been absolutely dreadful as well for Kiyotaka to deal with.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Alright, this is very, very difficult right now. They lost 2 towers at 8 minutes, and
not even the off lane, their safe lane tower either.
Yeah,
It's the other 2 lanes.
It'll be 3 towers very, very soon. Like, the game is like progressing too quickly for XHR to deal with right now. They need to try to find a way to get some time to catch up, especially on a storm. They need to slow the game down. Lycan's level 6 right now, so he has Shapeshift.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
They want to go for Kiyotaka, Tornado EMP, Meteor Hammer, drop it like it's hot. Kiyotaka in trouble, does get the zip back, is not going to die actually. Katomi is the one dying instead, and the Storm does get himself back, but ever so slightly.
I mean, he's just lucky he has the Falcon Blade, the extra HP, you know, and not to mention the neutral item he picked Paul, the 6 stats, you know. He would have died, you know, if he didn't have one of those items.
And even, you know, the aura from the tower
Radiant
to help out.
scanning.
Every little bit's just barely keeping him alive. Top side, some rotating in. The only tier 1 tower that's still standing is going to be the target. Actually, it's going to be Fishman in mid instead. Kiyotaka with that kill. They're holding on, though. It's not like a complete wash just yet. It is hard to fight into this entity lineup, though.
It's even harder when you lost the early game so much. They have to try to find a way to slow down the game, you know. They have a Midas on Doom, so they need some time before the Midas kicks in. Try to just go for pickoffs with the Storm and the Lycan. I think they should try to maybe team together to go for 1 or 2 pickoffs whenever they can. And slowly claw their way back into the game, you know.
Obi top net worth.
And the supports are so low level. Soul is level 4 at 10 minutes. That is just so sad.
Well, you can get the tome. Yeah,
Oh,
he
didn't
gets the
Rubik-
tome.
Okay, I thought Rubik
Yeah,
had the tone because Rubik's level 6.
Antares was in mid, and he has 5 assists, so he was there every single time to get himself some easy XP.
Yeah, and now you have to buy sentries because there's a Nyx.
Terrace gets blown up, but Storm in trouble. He uses Tornado already. Does he have anything here? He doesn't have the disarm available. He's trying to heal up with the Quas, but it's not going to be enough. The TP from Toby comes through. Zip forward. Onto Toby they go. Centaur Stomp in as well. Nice two-man catch. Watson tries to help out his teammates. The Fishman needs to quickly get rid of all the creeps that are badgering away at the Undying. But this is a really big trade. 2 cores for 2 supports. Heavily favors the side of ex-HellRaisers.
Yeah, like I said, the Lyca and the Storm, they have to play together and try to get something going on. And that is like a huge turnaround for XHR. Getting those 2 kills, the XP, you know, they got so much XP for that. And Doom, on the other hand, he was just farming away, you know, he didn't even want to come to the fight. And he's the right play, you know? They didn't need him, they were able to trade evenly. And if they get one more fight like that, I feel like they're just back into the game.
Well, Toby's Ags is now done, so that's going to help a lot with these team fights, especially against like Lycan and Storm, considering they are heroes that are very reliant on mobility. And then you can drop whatever the Voker has. He's actually going for a Hand of Midas next on Stormer. The skill more into late game, and experience is also the most important thing for a Voker.
Yeah, if you can't end the game, you have to transition into Exort. So the Midas is definitely helpful for that, one way or the other. Okay, nice entry. Let's see Katami. They have global.
So Solo gets his ulti off. Though I don't necessarily know if that was the correct choice. Still going to get taken down. Are they going to go for anything? No, they're just going to dip out. And Terrace actually has the Vendetta stolen, so does a lot of damage there to Kataomi. But Terrace, I don't really know. I guess he thought that he could get the burst damage in onto Kataomi and one-shot him. But
I mean, it wasn't close, man.
Yeah, no, it was nowhere nearby. I guess slightly misjudged the damage output.
Oh, here comes the wolf.
You attack on the high ground. Charge forward. Nice stun
nice
there from
stun.
Kataomi. Oh my lord, that's great. There's the route onto Muro as well. The Lycan in trouble. Meteor Hammer drops. And another one secured. They're going to go for the Storm, who does have a zip going all the way back. Does drop underway the Static Remnant to make sure that the Fishman dies and at least gets a kill out of that engagement. But playing it really well. In the meantime, Ramses is top net worth.
Bot lane.
Oh, Kiyotaka, a lot of damage. Can he get the zip out? No, he cannot. Kataomi silenced up. A bit of dot damage from the Arcane Curse, but you also have to deal with a nasty Naga Siren. And I mean, we saw Watson obviously yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday where he played the Naga. He had to give him the Moon Shard towards his Tiny. Don't think he's going to do anything of that sort this game. Actually rushing the Orchid instead of going for the Manta, which I really like.
Yeah, it's great against the Storm. And like all this supports the Rubik and the Silencer.
Zip mid, Kiyotaka going for Toby. Toby's in trouble. Another 1-for-1 trade. They are losing a couple too many heroes, cores to killing off these supports.
Yeah, Entity, they have to be very careful, you know, this Storm, Lycan, Doom, they're not to be trifled with, you know, you give them too much in the game, I feel like they might just outscale you later. Like Doom's pretty strong late game, not to mention Storm as well. And they could deal with Naga, MP, Invoker, Tricore easily, I feel like, if it goes to late game.
Oh, Kiyotaka gets caught out, Meteor Hammer drop. No response. Another one. Sneaky Beaky, Nyx Assassin. I mean, when we saw a Storm, a Voker and a Nyx Assassin pick, we'd expect Sunstrikes. But they're just making it work with a nice setup for his Meteor Hammer.
And it's working, you know. So, I don't need Sunstrike, I just need Meteor Hammer. And I'm giving my team the additional disable that they are lacking with the Tornado Cold Snap. Otherwise, if you look at this lineup, if you are not Cosplax Invoker, there's only the Nyx. So it definitely helps solve a lot of the draft's problems.
Stormsummer doesn't even have a single point in Exort yet, which is very uncharacteristic for him.
Yeah, that's true. But normally you get it like right about now, I guess.
I thought normally they went for like 4 points in Quas and then
Yeah, 4 in
started
Quas.
Exert.
Do you need the extra point for the meter hammer combo? I'm not sure if that's the reason.
It might have been because he kind of had it like on the dot there with the cold snap, and like he gets the last hit because he drops and takes damage from the tornado. Because he kind of like picture perfectly timed it, so it might have been that you need 5 points in Quas to be able to hit the meteor hammer.
Yeah, because I don't play the hero, so I don't know. Ball lane. Nice route to start things off. Meteor hammer. Global doesn't stop that. Okay, never mind.
Maybe not picture perfect, but you still have Kataomi, and he's pretty good. Lycan though, in from behind they come. Stormer does have the invis at the ready. Do they have dust is the big question. They're charging for it. They have a dust on Miro. And they might find the 2 supports here, but in comes Watson, who is also a scary monster. He's got the Orchid Silence. Ramsey's forced to BKB TP out on the side. Solo's being badgered by zombies. Same with the Lycan creeps and Miro right now, who's on the run. Does end his shapeshift. Are they going to be able to catch? Watson is running further forward towards that Lycan, but it's just going to be, I guess, to clear out the Ancient camp on the opponent's side.
They should move to Rush. ex-HellRaisers use global plus shapeshift. I feel like Entity needs to abuse it. Should be a free Aegis if they want to get it now. I don't see how ex-HellRaisers can contest it without the ultimates. But seems like they are just happy to farm, I guess.
I really like, the spell. The spells from Voker are so good that Rubik most of the time just wants to steal them.
Okay, he's going Exalt now. You happy?
At least a value point, so you can, Deafening Blast. Because who cares about the damage part of Deafening Blast? Against a Lycan, you just at least want to have 1 value point just to push away the creeps and disarm them. The choices that they have: Alacrity, I guess, attack speed increase on Naga. Well, pretty neat. Forge Spirit does nothing. What does Ice Wall do? Ice Wall's also really good. It's only Exort only gives damage, so value. Ramses, he's got the BKB, Blink Dagger, Hand of Midas. Has he used the Doom this game?
Probably not even once, right? I don't remember. I don't think he's used Doom yet. Oh, he needs to Doom the Invoker in every fight, I think. Invoker is definitely the guy that I want to Doom every single fight.
Okay, Antares with the Tornado keeps Solo alive, but yeah, that's the scary part. Oh, Katomi's actually going to get finished off by Kiyotaka. Nate's Prophet ult, he won't be able to do much afterwards. But yeah, you got to be careful hitting Katomi with anything, because of course he's got that Spike Carapace. Fishman's going to be another support down, 2 supports killed, plus the Tombstone to be secured. And they actually marked up they want to go Roche. They've got a Lycan. They can take Roche pretty quickly on the side of ex-HellRaisers.
What is happening? All of a sudden, Entity lose 2 supports, they lose Roche.
Sunstrike, they scouted out the Watson has Song of the Siren.
I mean, I'm pretty sure this is not supposed to happen when the Global and the Lycan shapeshift is on cooldown, Like, they should be the ones taking the game in their control. Right now,
this is scary. They have
the song, Steel Aegis.
Oh, they find the real one. Watson's gonna get blown up. He cannot respond at all.
Don't even need to Doom.
Use Doom.
Holy shit.
He used Manta and then afterwards he got hit by the Global Silence. So Solo was spot on with the Global Silence.
How is HR getting the Roshan? How in a game like this?
Skills, bro. Skills. Nah,
you mean Radiant is throwing?
The 2 supports, like, they're not important if they die, but they're both frontlining supports. Kataomi is kind of a scouting tool this game. Speaking of which, Kiyotaka does have a haste rune, so he'll be just fine, also as the Aegis. But same with Fishman, like, Undying is super good at Roche fights because he can just drop the Tombstone behind it and it's hard to kill. And if those 2 are gone, it's pretty problematic to try and get control over the pit.
Wow, our friend, the Storm, is not buying BKB against Nyx. He's going Sanjay and Kaya. So greedy.
I mean, the status resistance, maybe he can dodge the meteor
Hmm.
hammer with that.
Oh, is that actually why? So you don't get hit by the Meteor Hammer combo with Tornado? Oh
I
yeah,
don't
I
know.
guess.
It could be the case that it's just that little bit enough to dodge it.
Yeah, you need to play so much of Dota, to know all these small little timings, Like sometimes it's just that little bit of a detail that will allow you to survive.
The seeds are forth.
Well, let's see. Nyx Assassin Katomi is going for the Yule Scepter first item, not an item we see too often. Toby actually, after his Ags, went for a full-on pipe.
Mm-hmm. A
And
lot of
then
magic
Shiva's
damage.
next.
Scorch Earth and the Storm.
I also like the Shivas because you're up against a Lycan. You're getting that attack speed reduction
That's,
aura.
that has to be like the weirdest Ninja's Buffer build I've ever
Yes.
seen. Aghanims into a pipe into Shivas.
It's like super aggressive into super defensive into kind of a mix.
He doesn't even know what he needs. So he's just getting a bit of everything. I'll get some magic resist. Okay, maybe I need armor. I'll get some armor.
Hey, if it works. It
You
is
can
starting to
only
get a little bit
say-
scary though.
You
this
can
game.
only say it works if they win the game. That's all I have to say.
True. The history is written by the victors. Currently, even though they're 4K behind, HellRaisers feel very much at a solid pace. They've got the gem as well on Ramsey, so they can clear out vision from the side of Entity. Global Silence used. They're gonna try and keep Kiyotaka alive, but the Global Silence ain't gonna help too much. NP TP's through as well. Nice stun timed. And maybe BKB could be pretty handy. Yeah, he's queued up that he wants to go for BKB immediately afterwards.
I mean, seriously, look at his items look so weird. He has a Falcon Blade, Witch Blade.
Pure aggressive
And
items.
Kaya.
Only damage.
Against the fucking Knicks, man. Come on. If this is not greedy, I don't know what is greedy. Doom has a gem, by the way.
Yeah,
I think that's
he's going to clear it out. He's also got his Octarine almost done, which is horrifying. He actually has his Octarine done, which is horrifying. So, ooh, Courier almost got sniped.
casual
by illusions.
23-minute BKB Octarine Doom.
Yeah, that's just, classic. Obviously, Watson's close to his heart, so it's going to be a little bit hard to kill him. Stormstorm is being chased, gets hit by the dust, but Kiyotaka zips so much he's out of mana. And Stormstorm wants to go back in. They actually send in Toby as well. The root, the control, Kiyotaka needs mana to be able to zip out. Tombstone gets dropped, and Kiyotaka drops. His teammates are too slow on the rotation. Stormstorm are going for the TP out. Does he get out of there?
Oh,
Toby
nice sprout.
doesn't have a
Nice
TP,
sprout.
but Ramsey is being held at bay, and indeed, they are doing really well here on the side of Entity. Find themselves a third kill. And Ramsey's in the trees, still lingering about. Doesn't have a TP on him. They're still looking for him in that general direction while Miro finds Fishman, I guess, walking up the hill. But Ramses will be able to get out.
I mean, if they lose this game, it's definitely on Storm, man. What he's been doing for the last couple of minutes is so game losing, and I feel like he's tilted, like he's not playing normally. He's playing like some guy that's mad at having to deal with Nyx as Storm in the game, and there's a Quaspex Invoker annoying the shit out of him from the lane. Dota is definitely a mental game, man.
I mean, last game he got a super free game with Tinker, so you
If
cannot
you
complain.
If you cannot play the game when you don't get a perfect game, then maybe Dota's not the game for you.
Oh, Katomi being charged at. Nice stun in response on Kiyotaka. He's got the Yules as well. He can keep him distracted. EMP, Kiyotaka.
I mean,
almost
look
all of
at
his
how
mana is gone.
tilted he is, right? He already used his vortex, electric vortex, so it means that he cannot kill the Nyx already. But he's still trying. He's wasting time. He needs to just go back and hit creeps and fucking buy his BKB.
6 deaths this game. The lane was horrible. Then the supports came in from Entity as well to help out the mid lane. And at that point, you know, normally in your pubs you start screaming at your supports.
I mean, okay, fine. In your pubs, you can complain. You know, somebody feeding the other mid laner first bird, and then your game. But you gotta deal with it, man. Every game, somebody's gonna fuck up. Something's gonna go wrong, and you have to just grow up and deal with it. You have to be able to play even if the game is not going well for you. Adjust, adapt, do something different.
Oh.
Yeah, overcome the problem, you know? Don't just complain and talk about the problem. Do something about it.
Yeah, well, maybe with that BKB it could turn things around. EMP is just too nasty.
Maybe, for sure, turn things around. Dude, he's playing against a fucking Naga that's Orchid since what, 10 minutes ago. And he still has no intention of buying BKB. Until like recently, you know, that's not
But he
acceptable.
realized that, you know, they could kill him twice in a row and he could not even respond.
I mean,
Oh,
obviously.
Stormstormer. The run. He's got invis. Ramsey still has that gem.
Top tower has fallen.
Oh,
I mean,
you
if
have to be careful.
I'm Ramses, I'm so angry right now. I did so much hard work to get the team back.
He
into
hasn't
the game.
thrown out a Doom this game, so
He
did
doesn't
so
need to.
much. Use your ulti.
All right, he's more than halfway to the BKB. All right, keep it up. Keep it up. Entity is happy farming now, so they're not doing anything yet. So he has time to get his BKB.
I mean, Stormstormer is finally getting like items that give him. Obviously, bots and blink are useful, but they give 0 actual stats to the hero and stuff. It's like the build up for the Voker until he gets to the point in the late stage where he's going Lincoln's next, then afterwards Scythe. He's got the BKB. You know, Storm. Voker is a hero that has like a great early game. Sometimes a good mid game, depending on the build that you go, but the end game is just terrifying. And also, Toby's got still the weirdest build alive. If you would make a picture of this and guess what hero this is, you'd have no idea.
What?
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
All right, bot lane. Is he finally gonna use Doom?
Oh, Toby, silenced up. He's got the Ogre Seal Totem. Help me, team! Nope, he's not
Doesn't
gonna
even
use
want
Doom.
to use the Doom. Man, this guy is just. That could have gone really wrong for them, you know. It took so long to kill him.
He's got to save Doom for next game.
The guy has a fucking pipe at 2k HP and he still wants to save his spell. Man, these players. Right, they were able to kill him so nothing happened. So good, they're all Gucci. Storm has BKB soon. Right, so we're back in the game.
Next Roche, minute 20.
Time to take a fight.
Roche 2. I think that's the big one. The second Roche.
Yeah, they can definitely fight with the BKB now on Storm. Look at how Ramses is pushing out the creep wave. He's scorched up, he's hiding in the trees. Oh.
They ain't gonna
Dota.
catch him lacking.
Dota is a amazing game sometimes. And sometimes you just wanna leave the game when you start the game.
You see the enemy draft? Nope. That was it for today. See you
and
tomorrow.
then you kill again right away.
Well, yeah, they're just posturing, ready, clearing up the area to make sure that they can go for Roche afterwards. Top side. Entity know exactly what they need to go for another push. Max level
BKB.
Exort as well on Voker.
BKB online. Let's go. Time to go. Go in, BKB, engage global, win team fight with Doom on Invoker. Easy.
Lycan's close to his own BKB as well. Refresher being built up on Ramsey so he can double, not use Doom.
Loaded to the gills.
Oh, and Terry's he's got Vendetta and he's just lurking about. He also has the shard, so that's kind of neat. But they're in the Roche pit. And they have no idea on ex-HellRaisers. No free
Why-
Roche. Okay.
Okay, why is it that they are not smoking after they got the BKB. And it's very strange, they get the BKB and then they're not trying to fight, okay? So I guess they're not gonna fight. Period. Okay. Stun on Storm.
Okay,
Global.
Kiyotaka. Global keeps him going, does have the BKB, can pop it, and goes back in onto Kataomi. Sunstrike comes through, gets hit by it, needs to dip out, is out of mana. And in comes Watson charging forward, but Toby's there as well, gets the catch with the Sprout, 2 kills secured. That's not the best usage of your first BKB there.
Okay, I mean, I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening to the team. And they're gonna lose at least one lane of Rex. I mean, they seem so lost, after the mid game when the Storm is like doing all the weird. I feel like the team might be tilted because the Storm is tilted because they're doing so many very weird and funny stuff, in the game.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Yeah, at this stage it's pretty rough. Ramses has got good farm. Miro actually kept up pretty well significantly. Kiyotaka has just been struggling, Sometimes it's just not your game. You don't feel it. Your concentration slips for a bit. Like in that case, Roche got killed. So their entire team is in the Roche.
Yeah.
Pit. They have an assassin,
and
so
he's still
that you need
around.
to dip. Yeah.
And when they stun him, they couldn't kill him. They used the use on him, and then he still BKBs and tries to go in. Like, I don't know. His team was not even near there, so it's very weird, what they were doing.
Well, they are smoked up. They have global in 20
Radiant are scanning.
for a possible fight here. Kiyotaka's playing the ward game right now. So
If they stun and kill him, that would be so funny.
oh, he gets silenced up, does have his BKB. Fishman up on the high ground, is actually still alive because he's in his ulti form. Song of the Siren gets used. Kiyotaka needs to
The
get out
heal.
before the song.
The heal!
ends.
The heal!
Wait, he has the... oh my god, he has the shard on the Naga. Okay. And Ramses goes in, gets the Doom off onto Toby. First Doom of the game used. Gets the refresher going. Second Doom at the ready. Is going to jump forward. Gets the Doom off onto Stormstormer, who did kill off Antares. These Dooms are actually not going to do
GG.
anything.
GG.
And Ramses is going to get over. Yeah, the refresher double Doom. And I mean, Storm had to zip out of that because he was the first one caught. They started the fight way later. They get a triple kill. 2 Dooms do nothing. It's, yeah, don't really think there's much left in this game.
The mindset, the mental game is really gone. Like, I feel like what I'm watching is like it's telling me that the team is done, because the Storm is tilted and he's probably yelling or saying some shit in the game, then affecting others, and everybody gets so distracted by it, and now the game is just over.
It wouldn't have been the worst fight because he got Doom off onto the... Oh, no, never mind. Kiyotaka gets caught because Kataomi is everywhere. Yeah, GG. Kataomi on that Nyx Assassin is the most tiltifying thing ever. I think he single-handedly got the Storm killed like 5 times this game.
Yeah, but I would give the MVP to Stormstormer. I think he played a very excellent Invoker this game. From the laning phase, sure, he got a first blood before the game started. They got 3 bounty runes, so he had a very, very good start. Dominated the lane, killed the tower at 8 minutes, 7.5 minutes. Rotated, killed the other lanes as well, ganked the other lanes, pressure, took the whole map. Just a very, very good Invoker performance here from Stormstormer. You expect nothing less from his Invoker as his signature hero.
Yeah, he's pretty good on the hero. They didn't have to ban the techies out this time, so they didn't get punished in that regard at the very least. But that was really well done by Entity. HellRaisers, they look lost. There's nothing much more to say. It wasn't their game. One thing led to another, and at one point they were just all not being able. They just couldn't concentrate at the game, it seemed. But it doesn't take away that Entity had great catches. Kataomi was very active with the Nyx Assassin as well, which was very important in that game. Even Toby, he got the Nature's Prophet in a lane that honestly should not favor him that much, but he came out top net worth after the laning stage. He died during the laning stage, obviously, but then he TP'd towards the other lanes to help him out, gank bottom, got the strain. Like, he ended that game with a Maelstrom added in, so he had Ags first, then pipe into Shivas, into Maelstrom. So a very
the pipe is very
build.
good because they were playing against the Doom Scorch Earth, and Storm. So the pipe actually did a lot of work in the team fights. But overall, it's definitely not a build that you see a lot on Nature's Prophet. Axe pipe into Shivas. But it worked, if you win, it works, That's all I can say, What you are doing in the game is not the most important thing. The result is what matters the most.
And that means that both these teams, they tie it up. I think they're 3-7 right now, these teams.
That's probably the worst result for either of the team, right? Somebody had to win to have a better chance of moving through, but now it's a draw. Then, oh my god, everybody's stuck.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to be really reliant on what the other teams are doing, and you need to win all 4 games from this point on if you want to have a chance to advance on. And that's going to be a struggle. I quickly need to check out who their opponents are going to be further. Shopify, ex-HellRaisers needs to play against Shopify and TSM, which is, okay, TSM has been tying every series so far. Shopify, I think they're playing without Bed. So there's a good shot there. Entity, quickly checking. They are up against AG, who is currently top of the board, 6-2. And they have to play against Aster, who initially started to look good, then started to struggle, and now they're looking back to being good again. So we're going to get to see some very great matches going forward.
Yeah, not the easiest of matches for either team. The remaining games, they definitely have to play well enough to win. But even if they win for all 4 of their games, where does it put them? If they win all 4 of their games, they'll be 7-6.
7-7 because they're now 3-7. So with 7-7, you're like exactly in the middle, and then it still relies on how everyone's standings are, because 4 advance on, 4 get eliminated. 7-7 might not even be enough, considering.
I think if you lose one more game, you're done. Like I feel like looking at they need to win every single game to have a chance.
Yeah, considering how the other teams are standing at the moment, all of them are ahead of them, which is not an easy position to be. We're currently getting an interview sorted with the players. We'll be checking out what matches there will be played today on this channel. We still, of course, have 3 more best of 2s. We're going towards Group B next. And we'll check what do we have. Team Spirit versus OG is going to be next. Team Spirit currently tied up with OG. Both have exactly the same amount of points in Group B. 5-3 is what their score is at. So that's going to be a very exhilarating game as well. We saw Team Spirit previously in the tournament. For us, it's going to be the first for the OG team to see how they're going to be able to perform. And then afterwards, Gareth and Lacoste will take over, and they'll handle TSM versus ex-HellRaisers and finish the day off with Tundra versus Nigma, which is, I mean, who doesn't want to watch a little bit of Miracle?
Everybody wants to watch 18-minute anti-mage rampage.
Yeah, it's going to be some important matches. Tomorrow, of course, there will be a shorter day. Tomorrow there will only be 2 best of 2s per channel. And by the way, for the people that didn't realize, I got my Viking GG jersey on because I believed in Toby. But tomorrow there will be the only 2 best of 2s, and then Thursday will be tiebreakers if we need them. But honestly, looking at how everything is standing, I assume we're going to get tiebreakers and possibly a bunch of them as well.
More Dota. Good for everybody. Everybody's happy.
More Dota is best Dota. Currently, hopefully, the players will be ready for an interview. We had, I think, Fishman yesterday. We should be getting someone from Team Entity, obviously, because they're the second team that won the game, and then we choose someone from them. So I'm curious who we're going to get this time around to be able to interview. It was a fun interview. It seems it's going to be an interview with Stormstormer this time around. And he is quickly getting everything situated and ready to answer our questions on why people give him, his Fokker. Indeed. Hello, Stormstormer. Congratulations on that win. It was a very interesting game, number 2. And who's that in the pajamas in the back?
Oh, dear, background supporter. Not gonna call out names, but
I can't hear you currently.
Oh, But you cannot hear me? Oh. That's a...
Winter?
No, I can't hear
Hello,
him
hello,
too.
hello.
Oh,
Wait.
oh, now we can. Sorry. Okay.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, now we can hear you.
Ah, okay, perfect. Yeah, hi Winter, hi Truman, thanks for having me. Yeah, that
Congratulations
person in the
on the
background was
win.
basically one of our dear supporters. Backline supporters.
Nice position there. The camera in front of the stairs. So yeah, you
Yeah.
guys won game number 2. Game number 2 felt like you were in complete control. Like your mid lane, you get Voker, obviously your favorite hero. Now with the Meteor Hammer instead of the Axe Sword, slightly disappointed. Makes a lot of sense. But which one,
Yeah.
personally, do you prefer? What is your favorite, Axe Sword or the Meteor?
Tough to tell, honestly. Like I think I love Exalt by heart so much, but Quasvex is just really fitting well into the current meta because tempo here out of mids are really strong at like basically controlling the early and mid game, and it feels like it matters a lot. So I think in the long run in my life I will always prefer Exalt, but in the current iteration, just probably even Quasvex, honestly, with this hammer thing. Like,
I mean,
it can
would
be
you
pretty
say the
frustrating
draft
to lose your
was?
tower.
Would you say the draft also affects like how greedy can you get? Because Exalt is more greedy, and if you have a draft that your cores take a lot more farm, then it's probably better for you to go Crosswax and into the hammer.
For sure. It depends a lot on your how to say your team composition. Like you picture your spells that your team has, and you just picture how good would it be if you have like this setup tornado for them, and like if you take this mid tower maybe, and also of course the mid matchups matters for it. So all these things come together and basically make the decision. If I guess if you have like some more less greedy drafts, and Exort is still very viable.
And game 1, like me and Winter were obviously during the drafting phase, we were like trying to fit in because ex-HellRaisers have like an enormous flex that's insane compared to a lot of other teams with like DK can go everywhere. And they chose to go Batrider off lane last and then put the Tinker mid. Did you guys ever in the slightest consider that possibility?
It was called out actually in the draft that it might be a possibility. We just didn't respect it enough actually, and well, basically just props to them. Like I mean, this flexing basically is the reason why they had a very easy game 1. I think like they just ran away with it. This 34, like we for sure were like I for myself was still thinking, this is for sure some Kiyotaka mid bad rider. They're not gonna think they're gonna. I think we banned carries as well, right? We just banned like 2 carries I think from Ramses. And then they put this DK carry into this Tinker. I mean, they for sure just. I think when this Tinker pick happened, like you could feel this might be a problem. We still were like saying like, we can punish this, we can gank him with and all this stuff, but then a little bit too many problems stack up, and yeah, really comes just basically shows like the flexibility of the team is very strong on the second pick.
Yeah, what do you think about Tinker as a mid laner now? Do you think like he has a very good place in the meta at the moment, or do you feel like the hero is just gonna pop out just once in a while as a last pick?
No, I mean you see it comes more and more popular, right? Like you could see also VZM playing it a little bit. I also enjoy playing the hero quite a bit. I think the hero has a pretty good place right now. I think it's good that the hero is not this dumb broken that you just pick it every time and everything. Like that, those are the patches that you hate. I think, like you need to draft a bit cleverly around it, like also on your other cores, I guess, and supports to enable him. Like basically, Tinker drafts usually really require that the entire draft is built around them, and or that you also maybe have like some more flexibility, I guess. So definitely, I think he's not OP. He's quite a niche pick that people have to watch out for. So pretty good place in meta, I think.
Yeah, the earlier start, obviously, you guys started with the grouping together and boot camping to make sure that DreamLeague would go well. Currently, you guys are kind of struggling with still a bit to go, regardless. How high do you think your chances are? Do you really rely on, your opponents failing at this point, or do you still wholeheartedly believe?
I mean, of course, our performance is not at our peak. Like there have been times where we have performed better, and right now it's just arguably not the best. But I don't think anybody's thinking like, oh, we hope the enemies fuck up. Like we are really productive on this boot camp, and even if we lose, like I think the smiles are still going on, and we're trying to make the best out of it. So nobody cares about who we play against or what that the enemies fail. We're just mainly focusing on our own improvement and just making the best out of the situation. And I guess basically we're aware that we're not the strongest team right now. We're still gonna try to improve as quickly as we can with this bootcamp here and adapt as quickly as we can. And for sure, it's possible that we can now. I mean, nobody has doubts. I think that it can still work out for us if we now win these next 2 series. And of course, like our set was not the best, and we have to win these next 2 series. But I think nobody's doubting it. We have also, like, of course, played against EG on Lima Major and 2-0'd them. And Aster, I think, I don't remember the result against them. I think it was a 1-1 on Lima Major. So we played those teams before, and looking forward to it.
Okay. Any last questions, Winter? So before he can take some rest, considering they have a pretty important match later.
No, I've already asked everything I wanted to know, and I wish you guys all the best.
Yep.
Okay.
Good luck further, and well, thank you very much for the interview.
Thank you guys so much for having me. Have a nice day, the 2 of you, and some
Yeah,
funny
you
series
too.
to cast, I hope. See ya.
See ya. Oh yeah, confidence is